soldiers. I can't tell, cause we blend in with the secular. The devil on us like a predator. We suck his shit up like nectar, knowing that it ain't no good. It's all vain. The blood stain being surpassed for useless gain. We in chains. What will you change? Come on.
I come quick like a thief in the night. No one knows the time, so you better be right.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? How you doing? Welcome to Jarrett Talk Interview. As I interview people with what they had their own YouTube channel or business. Tonight I have a very special guest. He's actually one of my good friends of mine. He actually followed me on YouTube and I found him back. And we became friends ever since, playing music, all that good stuff. Shine, I can tell them boys can play. I'm gonna tell you, them boys can play. But I got him on my channel. He just recently interviewed by another YouTuber who's also a big fan of his. How you doing, guy?
Doing very good, Jarrett. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
So please tell the folks that do not know about you and how you start your channel.
All right. Well, my name is Guy, and I started creating change in September of 24. So I've been just a little over coming up on 6 months now, a little over 6 months. It was essentially to give myself something new, something a little different to, start doing. So, I went for it, just started making videos, and then like everybody, eventually, got myself up to being able to do live streams, and then, pretty much found my little, I like my little live stream corner. I like doing the live, I enjoy that part of it. So, I've been leaning in heavy on that. But at Creating Change, it's all about just good vibes, respect. We touch on just about any type of subject, but I feel like you can talk about anything if you're willing to hear the other side and show mutual respect to one another. Then we can talk about just about anything. And that's the way I carry it on my channel. I try to touch on things that I've personally lived through, and hopefully, maybe say something that resonates with somebody. So that would be my short answer, I guess, would be.
What do you have you checked to see if there's somebody else have that name? And if you did, you trying to make sure that you trying to make sure the name don't resonate the other YouTuber had the same name to you?
Well, I didn't really do no checking on that. I just done Creating Change GB. I actually started out with Creating Change, and then changed it to Creating Change GB to specifically send, to be for my channel. But no, I didn't even have no idea about nothing like that when I first started, man. I didn't even know. I didn't know none of that. I just started. I just named a name, and that's it. I just named a name and went for it, man. I didn't even know about none of that until months after I'd started. But, I guess it is what it is.
Were you kind of nervous when you first started?
I was, I've always been a little bit of a performer, as far as like being in front of people or, just playing music and stuff. So I think that kind of helped me find a little bit more comfort quicker than what some people might would. I just found a lot of, things that I wanted to talk about, and being able to hit the phone and record it. And it felt good. So it was like, yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but not extreme, not as nervous as what I've heard of other people being about doing it. It didn't bother me that way. I just hit the phone, hit the record button, and go for it. And that's pretty much how I've always done it. I don't do no editing. I say I don't do no editing. I do very, 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 very minimal. Do very minimal editing. But I'm cool with all that. I know how to do a lot of it, but I just don't. I make my videos. They are what they are, and then that's it.
Do you what was the very first video or live have you done? Is it still on there?
Yeah.
Second question is, do you ever watch we watch your videos or live and make sure that you mess up your what you shouldn't say, what you shouldn't say, what that kind of stuff. So and also do you write note take notes down of like future uh live streams and videos.
Well, to answer your question, every video I've ever made is still on my page,
Mm-hmm.
from the very beginning. So they're all still there. My very first video, yes, I have went back and watched videos, just for personal critique
Mm-hmm.
and just to learn about, how my delivery was, or
Mm-hmm.
where I should have said a few less times, and I found, that that was a way of me critiquing myself without, really having to rely on nobody else to tell me anything, because the information was already there for me. Um, and then yeah, to I guess uh, all the videos I've ever made are still there. So yes to that answer. Um, and let's see, you asked me about, there was three questions in there, and I feel like I'm
I
missing
said,
one.
do you take notes down?
No,
Okay,
no, I
okay.
do not take notes down now for like our morning shows in the morning, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now,
Mm,
11 to 1.
mm,
Then I set my studio up in StreamYard. Like right now, I could go to that studio and I could just push the play button, and
mm,
I could go right into my live and be able to run anywhere from 12 minutes to 30 minutes without never having to put my face on there, but show different promos, music, videos, things like that. So, the beforehand work, I guess what you would call taking notes, I do it right there, and I set everything up, and that way when I comes time for me to go on in the morning, then I usually will. And no kidding, this is another little thing that I do is I like to like I'll look up random words, and whether I use that word or not within my live stream, it just seems to always make me think outside the box. I'll find some word that makes my brain kind of think like, "Whoa, I didn't know that word, or I didn't realize that word meant this or this," and there's been times that that I have used a word and a definition and then talk about that word. I did that for St. Patrick's Day this year. I used luck. I looked up the definition of luck, and then I made a little thing about it, and then we spoke about luck and how we all apply luck in our lives and how luck is applied in each other's lives. So simple things, man, but things that I think that common people can kind of relate to, like, because that's all I am, is common people. I'm just a common dude with just, you know what I mean? I don't have nothing special to offer nobody other than I can play a little bit of guitar and I can write a few songs and I can sing once in a while. Other than that, I ain't nothing special. There's nothing special here.
do you and Shine ever? Well, I'll put it this way: since he's not here, do you ever do like a mix, before you go live or make a video? Do you ever make sure everything go well? Do you ever sit down sit there before you hit the go live button? Do you ever
Sometimes,
sit there and and think about before you?
sometimes. Sometimes. But Sean and I have been doing this together now for quite a while. So whether or not we try to have a few minutes each morning before we go on where we can
Mm,
just talk and
mm,
just kind of chill out for a minute. But if we don't, then we both have been kind of rolling with this stuff long enough now that, man, he just chimes in whenever he pops in. We got a little routine that we work out
mm,
that, like, I know that the first 10, 15 minutes of the show, Sean's probably not going to be up there on, not because he's not there, not because he's not already in the background. I always start the show with shouting everybody out, good vibes, few videos, whatever, and
mm,
then Sean comes in. So we have our own little rhythm worked out where that we kind of know, because we started out, Jarrett, We went on a 6-week run at almost twice a day. And Monday through Friday, we were going 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, 3 hours a day, and then doing a nighttime show. So I'm going to tell you what, bro, we put in some time, man, a lot of time. But we learned so much, bro. We learned so much in that space of time, how to do things and what worked for our show and what didn't work for our show. I think that's important. Like for your show, for example, you can't worry about so much what everybody else does. You got to do what works for you and not worry about what everybody else. Now, that doesn't mean you can't watch what other people do and try to maybe integrate some things into your stuff that you like.
Right.
But that's the whole idea of it being YouTube. It's YouTube. You do what you want to do, and you do it the way you feel fit. That's why it's called YouTube, not them tube. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get to choose that. But I would make the suggestion to anybody that's out here trying to grow a channel, then I would say be willing to bend. Be willing to bend and see where things can fit into what you're doing and be willing to do that. Because if you're stuck on a straight line, then you're going to miss a lot of stuff that you could grab just by being willing to kind of bend in and out and grab some stuff. So I just make the suggestion all the time in this little world that, you know, if you see something that you like that somebody else is doing, it's not stealing for you to say, well, I'm going to integrate that into what I do. And that's not stealing. That's called being smart and saying, okay, I see something that works and I like that. I'm going to try working that into what I'm doing in my own way. That's not stealing from nobody. That's saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing and I'm going to see how that maybe can work into what I got going on. There's nothing wrong with that. Never nothing wrong with that. That's called being a smart entrepreneur, in my opinion. If you're a man out here on the streets selling donuts, and there's a successful donut shop up the road that's been there for 15 years, stands to reason that if you want to know what you might need to do to stay in business for yourself for 15 years running a donut shop, maybe go to the donut shop that's been doing it for 15 years and see what they're doing and try to integrate that into what you're doing and make it your own way. That's not stealing. That's not being unoriginal. That's saying, hey, I'm smart enough to say, well, I see it work for them. I'm going to go see how I can make that kind of play into what I'm doing and work for me too. So that's what I've done on this little YouTube journey is I've went and seen people, watched people, listened, and I figured out for myself what I wanted to do. Now, success can be measured in a lot of different ways. For me, it's measured in if people are having fun and I got people coming back and back and back and saying, you know, the same people coming and new people every once in a while trickling in, then to me, I'm winning because that means I'm doing something that people can get down with and they like it. So anyway, I'm long-winded, Jarrett. You got to reel me in, brother.
What you doing good? I know you told me about your schedule, but you go live with Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you off, and you don't go live on you do not go live on weekends, right?
Not this weekend. But I will. Whether it's me and Sean together or just myself. Yeah, I will be going live on at least a Saturday night or Friday night. Because I just want to be able to get that nighttime jam in, be able to get the after dark because we do after dark. You know, we got the regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, but then we want to add the after dark in because that's when we kind of lean more on just jamming and just playing and freestyling and just maybe let people do some requests through the chat or you know whatever. You know that's basically what we try to do, man. That's how we try to go with it.
So I know you doing interviews part a middle of your show. Does you have like a segment of people that you interview people? Do you have a segment of people to come on your channel? Like for me, for example, I know you interviewed me, and I was like, it's like I'm part of like I'm not a part of a segment, So do
Right.
you go by segment on your show or
Sorry, man. I'm gonna turn that down. I got you. I was trying to get you. I was trying to get squared away here on this thing for you. But yeah, man, we do have like if I'm gonna have somebody on to do an interview that I know that you know we know's got coming, then
Mhm.
you know we do try to dedicate however much time that they would like to do, usually no more than a half hour to an hour.
Mhm.
um you know, that's about what we try to go with, depending upon the person. I try not to push people. I try to give them what they're comfortable with, because you know, I want them to be able to share, but at the same time, we're doing a show. So
Mhm.
after you've said what you got to say, if there ain't no more show in it, then hey, thank you, and we appreciate it. And then we're going to play a song, or we're going to get a video pulled up, and move on to the next topic. Because I guess that's the core difference for Shine and I
Mhm.
at creating change. You know, we're not trying to be vloggers. We're not trying to be. That's not what we're
Right.
trying to do. We're
Right.
trying to actually create a show. We're trying to create music,
Mhm.
comedy. We're
Mhm.
trying to create commentary where we talk about different things. I'm going to start bringing news from my area, from the East Coast. I'm going to start talking about some world news a little bit here and there for 4, 5, 10 minutes of it, and other things like that. But we're trying to actually bring a show, which I support whatever anybody wants to do. If they want to sit there on the couch and film themselves, if I call myself supporting them, I'll stop in and I'll support them for however long that I can. But for myself, I just wanted to do something that felt more like a show. Not because I think that I can do anything better than anybody else. That's just what I have fun doing with. That's what I think is fun. Is like, okay, let's figure out how we can bring some music. Let's figure out how we can bring some topics of conversation, how we can bring kind of all of it in at the same time. Talk about some things, be able to play some music, talk about writing, talk about art, talk about whatever it is. But you know, we're trying to bring a show, so that's what I try to stress to people now as we grow, is understand that, you know, the time is going to get more and more limited, but as we give you time, then we're going to hopefully give you an opportunity to be in front of a substantive audience that wants to hear what you have to say, and then you know, try to grow, man. I don't know. I'm feeling my way through here too, Jarrett. To be right real honest with you.
Do you what kind? I've seen y'all play music, but what exactly kind of music y'all actually play on your channel? Both with you and Shine. What kind of music do you actually play?
Well, for me and Shine, we have so many different arrays of music. You know, like for myself, I'm a country music and bluegrass, and I
Okay.
like I like blues. I like some jazz. You know, I can pretty well play. I'm pretty well rounded when it comes to playing my guitar, to be able just accompany people, or in some cases put some lead down for people. But I'm pretty well rounded as far as to be able to play about anything that anybody wants to play. Now Shine, he's more leaned in on like a kind of like a rock, kind of alternative kind of
Okay.
style, and he's got some rap style in him that I don't have. You know, things that I
Right.
don't have, but
Right.
you know, we've learned how now to be able to play together, where if he has a song or if I have a song, then we can play it along with each other, and I can put lead down for him for songs that he does, or vice versa, or whatever. Then it's really kind of cool, the world that this YouTube thing and StreamYard and all this other stuff has opened up for people that like to play music and be able to work with one another, because we can work with each other backstage, not live, just like me and you are right here, except I can be holding my guitar and he can be holding his, and we can
Mm-hmm.
be jamming.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's really cool. It really is cool like that. But to answer your question, you know, I lean more heavy on blues and like rock and roll and you know, some country music stuff. And I would say that Shine leans a little bit more heavily on, you know, the rock and like grunge and like alternative,
Mm-hmm.
and just those kind of things. Not to say that he can't play other music. I'm just trying to I'm
Right.
trying to think
I
in my
understand.
head
Mm-hmm.
how to label it, but very well rounded. I think we're both pretty well rounded for what we do.
Okay. There's a YouTube channel question and a music question. The YouTube question is, who was your very first YouTuber that you look up to and learn from? And the second question for the music, who your favorite artist have you listened to or have you seen in person?
Okay. Well, to answer your first question, I guess originally, the very, very, like, if I was going to be honest, the very, very,
Yeah.
very first YouTuber that I ever like started trying to learn from
Mm-hmm.
would have been Sean Cannell.
Okay.
I started watching some of his videos back a long time ago. Well, I say long time ago, 6 months ago when I
Right.
started this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just figured out quick that he was a little bit above my pay grade at the time. There was no way I could accomplish some of the things he was talking about. And I just kind of like, I was like, that's cool. I understand what you're saying. I get it, but I'm not, I'm so new right now. Some of these things are just above me.
Right.
So then I started going to different chat rooms and I started trying to figure out like my path and what different things were about. And I guess a smaller YouTuber that's not like that wasn't like a huge YouTuber. I'm not saying he's not big because
Right.
he is
Mm-hmm.
bigger than I am. But Sean Cannell's at a different level. Like he's millions of followers and all this kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
getting more back into like our realm of things, when I first got started, man, then I guess I guess I would have to say that the very, very, very first YouTuber that's more like in our community of people would be King Explicit, with the hashtag keep posting deal, which he's still going with it. And I push him up, man. I wish him the best always. But obviously his style of doing things and my style, everybody can't do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out quick that there was no way that I could do it the way that he was doing it. Which all power to anybody. You can't do things exactly the way other people do, but you can say, okay, well, I see what you did, or I see what you're doing, and I see how I can maybe change it up and do it the way that I want to do it. But for full disclosure, that would be the very first interaction with a YouTuber, what I call a YouTuber, because he had just had his video, um, keep posting, kind of go for him and everything. So I started kind of learning. And I mean, I openly admit, trying to learn, sponging, man, like trying to suck knowledge in and just understand what the deal is. And I understood what he was getting at, like just keep doing your thing. And I agree with that still to this day. But I also understood that I had to break away from everything about keep posting
Mm-hmm.
just because I got to do me. Like I understand that's his thing and that's cool, that's great. But every time I put something like that that's out, I'm never going to rank above his. So it's always just going to keep pushing his right on up there. So I mean that's great. I get the whole concept behind it, but for me it was like, okay, I've got to turn away and say, okay, this is great for him and that's cool, but this ain't gonna work for me because that's his gig, that's his deal. So that's when I started doing kind of my good vibes thing. I started on a run with good vibes. I think I went 60 some days on a run where I did not miss not one day. I did a good vibes video every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course when I got done with them, then I went straight to the live stream. I started doing my live stream, and I went for about 6 weeks that we went twice a day doing live stream. So in the process of 6 months now, I've put 200 and some videos up. So it's been a run in the past in the past 6 months, man. No
Well,
kidding.
well, look. First off, congratulations on your 1,000. I know
Thanks, man.
it was a grind that you be doing that. Cause I had done that when I first started. Cause it was like everybody was talking about how they started that channel and how they the channel got grew that channel. I was like $1. Shoot, it ain't easy to get $1. I'm
It
telling you
ain't.
right now, it
It
wasn't. It
ain't.
wasn't. It wasn't hard. It was hard to get that.
Yeah.
It was hard getting it.
Yeah, it is. It's a
Uh,
lot of time spent, bro. It's a lot of time spent, man.
but but yeah, what the do you ever? I know you get frustrated sometimes when the live don't go well. Do you ever get frustrated, like for real, when the live actually don't go well, don't go where you wanted to go, and
Uh,
it's like, and you gonna have to start over again, and which is not good. You ever like get frustrated like that?
I started my journey frustrated. But I can tell you, now my biggest gripe out of anything, it doesn't have nothing to do with StreamYard, doesn't have nothing to do with any of this, is
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand negativity. I can't stand it. I don't like it around me. I don't want it around me. I won't have it around me. And I can't stand for somebody coming. The one thing that will that kind of like that just irks me is when somebody wants to even in other people's stuff come into their
Mm-hmm.
chat being stupid or being ignorant,
Mm-hmm.
or have a guest come on that wants to be sour or act like they're mad about something or whatever. I don't like that, because my show is all about good vibes, and if you're not bringing good vibes, then you're not welcome on the show. And I don't mean to say that. Now that doesn't mean that everybody has to be all giddy and That just means that we can be respectful, and we can be mindful of each other, and we can be mindful of each other's platform, or you don't have to be here. I can, you know what I mean? I don't like negative stuff. I don't like for people to do that on my platform, whether it be in my chat room or whether it be a guest or anything like that. I don't want it. I don't want nothing to do with it. There's enough of that crap, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, you didn't ask me my next question about negativity. Do you ever look at the comments and see that only good vibe questions? I mean answers in your comments. Do you ever leave them? Do you ever leave the negative comments in there, or you just fail to leave them?
I never delete anything because it's my unless it's really some. I've never had a real nasty comment, but I have had a negative comment, and it was uncalled for negative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my opinion that I'll leave it up there till Methuselah comes back, because I want the whole world to see how stupid you are.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the whole world comes in and watches that video and reads that particular comment and makes their judgment too. Like, because for someone to leave a comment like that, you must have some real boredom going on in your life, or you're just at a point where maybe you need to just go ahead and rid yourself from company, because you're not worthy of it. But yeah, I wouldn't erase them, unless it's just nasty, filthy, something just uncalled for. Then yeah, I'll erase that and I'll just block somebody like that. But if it's just an old negative comment, somebody riddling off some stupid stuff that I know that, man, they don't even know what they're talking about, yeah, I'll just leave it up there and let the world see it. Yeah, you know.
What would the pros and cons being a magician? That I'll put it that way. What are the pros and cons being a magician on your channel, playing guitar and hanging out with a friend? What are the pros and cons being a good magician, YouTuber? I put it that way.
Well,
In your terms.
well, my biggest fear when I started this, well, I don't want to say my biggest fear, but one of my fears when I started this little YouTube thing was I did not want to get locked in as just a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So I started out this journey without putting no kind of music out. It was strictly videos,
Mm-hmm.
just strictly, me doing videos of different stuff, but no music. And then, then I started trickling a little bit of songs here and there that I'd wrote in along the way. But I just didn't. The pros and cons is when you're a decent musician, is people get stuck thinking that maybe that's all you want to do. When yeah, I do like being a musician, but I have other things to offer as well, other than being a musician. So the pros and cons would be people are always asking you to do what you love to do, which is play music. The con is people are always asking you to do what you love to do and play music. It's like, people get stuck on that's all you want to do, and it is pretty much all I want to do. But there is other parts of me that enjoys other aspects of it. So yeah.
What the what if you weren't doing YouTube? Well, if you weren't doing YouTube, what would another option you would be doing if you weren't doing YouTube? If there
Oh,
was,
I'll always be a musician. I'll always be a songwriter of sorts. I'll always be an artist of some kind, whether it be writing, singing, playing, and singing, or both. Um, I'll always do something along with that. But if I wasn't a YouTuber, I don't know. At this point in my life, I have so many different options that I can turn to, but it would probably have something to do with building an audience. I don't know if it would be on a different platform or not. Obviously, it would be on a different platform, but I guess at this point in my life, if it wasn't for YouTube, I probably would start going and visiting more open mic nights and start trying to build an audience that way, and just see what I could do with that kind of stuff. Um, if I wasn't having any kind of traction here on YouTube and getting any kind of feeling like I was starting to find a little bit of a lane to be in, then yeah, I'd probably just go on back out to, maybe start singing some open mic nights again or something like that, and just start trying to do stuff like that again. Find some people to play music with somewhere along the way.
what if you Let me try to get this question. Let me try to get this question. Did you ever have you met any celebrity of country music, and will you start? If you have you are you starstruck?
Um,
Do you ever get like autograph pictures with them or?
no. I've never been the kind of fella to be too awful starstruck. Now, I guess the closest I would have come to maybe being starstruck would have been, maybe around Merle Haggard or maybe around George Jones.
Okay,
I did get to meet George Jones one
okay,
time back years ago.
okay.
I did get to go and watch Merle Haggard do a concert back years ago,
Hmm.
which was two of my, they were two of like the icons of my music, the music that I grew up with, a lot of music I grew up with. But yeah, I'm not a starstruck kind of dude. Like I would want to shake their hand just like I would want to shake your hand. If
Hmm.
I met you in person, I'd want to reach out and shake your hand, say good to meet you, Jarrett. Well, it'd be the same way with any of them. It would be the same way. Same way with the president or same way with any of them. It'd be like, I'm glad to meet you, but you're still just a man or you're still just a woman. You're not God. So, I don't think I'd be starstruck. I've never been in a position. Now, I've been around some musicians that were outstanding and were professional quality musicians, and probably more at all by their musicianship than anything. It wasn't nothing to do with them as a person. Matter of fact, most musicians I've ever met are weird. Uh, they're just odd people. I'm an odd person. I move funny. I know I do. And nobody has to say. I mean, I know that. But it's like some of the musicians I met, you didn't even really want to hang out with them. They weren't really all that cool. They were just awesome at what they did. They just could play that guitar or play the mandolin or play the bass or whatever it was they played. But it's odd. Most musicians are really weird people, man. I mean that. I'm one of them. I'm a weirdo. I'm weird too. Uh, but they're odd people, man. They're hard to get along with. There's a bunch of drama usually involved, and everybody thinks that they're the star. I mean, it's just the way it is. Everybody thinks that the musicians are odd people, including myself. I know I'm an odd person.
Well, actually, we're not. Look, for me, no. Um, no. But the two musicians that you mentioned, have I know you say you met in person, but have you went to their concerts?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went to Merle Haggard's concert about it's probably been 20 years ago now. And same way with George Jones. It was a little karaoke contest. It was a 10-week karaoke contest out of a little local bar in a little town out here. And there was, over the course of 10 weeks, there was people got cut. Whoever won that week went on to the next round and next round. Well, there was three of us. There was a young lady that won. She got to open. She got to be the opening act for
Mm-hmm.
George Jones, and then there was two of us that were just runners up. That was also, allowed to be at the place and got tickets to see George Jones do his concert and watch her do her opening act and all that kind of stuff. So it was a cool experience. My mom got to come watch me, do a song, and that was pretty cool because my mom had never really got to see me, do anything like that before, and just the level of competition in these parts was there was some pretty good singers, so it was a pretty good honor to because the young lady that won, she won because she was good. She didn't win because she was pretty or because I mean she was pretty too, but she won because she was good. She didn't win because she was better than any one of us, and I would say that at that time she was better than any one of us at being a showman, being knowing how to take the stage and knowing how to control it. She was better than any of us, so she won, rightfully so, in my personal opinion, and I think I got the place that I was supposed to get. Either which way, I got to see the concert and it was fun, so I felt like I won either which way. Didn't matter.
Um, I'm gonna bring up Shine. Have you? Oh well, never mind. No. If you have a dream collaboration with anybody on YouTube, that it doesn't matter who it is. I mean, I'm on the list too, but who do you have like a dream collaboration to come on on your show to do an interview with? If
Yeah.
not, I told her this thing. What name two?
Yeah, I do. I'd have to say that, if I mean, I've got about three people in my mind that, if I could just get the chance to sit and talk to them, I'd be honored to. And it would fall to, uh, I would love to get to speak to Mr. Tommy Emmanuel.
Okay.
He's a great guitarist and just awesome. Seems like an awesome human being, and he just has got to play with some of the greats in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to get to just sit and talk with him and interview him.
Mm-hmm.
If I had the opportunity, I would love to get to talk with Trey Hensley. He's an outstanding musician and a wonderful vocalist and a great great songwriter. I would love to get the opportunity to sit with him. And then my last one, but certainly not least, if I could ever get Guthrie Trapp to come on and sit and talk with me, I feel like me and him would be. I feel like he would want me to carry his equipment for him. I feel like all it would take is one time, and I could win over. Like, just let me carry your stuff, bro. Like, I'll be here for comedy relief. I'll carry your stuff. If you need me to do anything, I'll like do some stuff too. And then and maybe once in a while you can let me tune up the guitar for you. But yeah, like he's totally one of those people that I guess I would probably feel like I was talking with a buddy after a few minutes. Like he just got one of them personalities that I'd love to get to sit and talk with him. But he's just an outstanding musician, and he tells a good story. And man, he's been playing music since he was just a youngin' and been traveling on the road as a professional musician. So I can only imagine the stories that man has to tell at this point in his life. But yeah, that would be the three. I guess just because they're guitarists and musicians, that would be like if you said dream collaborate, like to get to talk. that would be the ones. That would be the ones I'd love to get to talk
I
to.
mean, like, not I mean, do what you want to do it. Do, put them up together or one by one, one on one.
I would want that personal time. I would want one at a time so that I could, because I have specific questions and things that I would like to ask both, like that I would have for all three of them, but I would want all three of them to have the time to get to talk to me and tell me about it. Uh, so yeah, I would want them separately. I mean, I'd take now if they all just wanted to call me up and come on and chill with me, then we'll just have them all on. But I mean, one at a time would be all
Man,
right with me.
look, I would love to see that. Look, I would love to see that happen.
I
Look,
would,
I would love to see all four of you up there on the same panel. Look at this. Now, this is a dream,
yeah,
the dream collaboration.
man.
But yeah, when do you start playing guitar? When you start playing guitar and you and you find out you're good at it.
Well, oh man, I started playing when I was young. Learned a few chords, and then I always picked it up, put it down, picked it up, put it down, and then when I come home from the penitentiary, and met my wife,
Mm,
for whatever reason, I was drawn back to it, and I just put it in my mind. I wanted to learn to play and sing. Wanted to learn to play, sing, write my songs, blah blah blah. So I started on that journey, and then about 8 years ago, when I started really trying to just kick all substances, everything out of my life, no drinking, no drugs, no nothing,
mm,
then man, I picked it up and I ain't put it down since. And I've went into a deep dive. I've taught myself how to, you know, read music enough to understand what's being said. I've taught myself, scales, and I've done a lot of hard work on this instrument. It's not something that come natural to me. There's people that are, I feel like there's people that are born with a gift, and then they pick it up, and then a few months later they're able to jam, and that's great. I'm not that person. It has took me years of practice, 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 and more practice, and love. I just love doing it, so therefore it's not work. um, but it's took me years to get to the level that I'm at, and I'm so, guys, I have everybody so fooled because everybody thinks I'm a great guitarist, but the truth of the matter is I'm a mediocre at best guitarist. I'm not a good musician. I'm a halfway okay songwriter, and I can sing a little bit. But my musicianship is nowheres near the caliber that I look up to. The people that I look to, they would laugh me off the stage. They'd be like, get away from me. You know what I mean? So
Do you ever like when you go sleep at night and try to sleep, and then next thing you know you have some good idea pop in your head, and they want you to write it down when
this
you
is
when you, when you making music. Do you ever?
this is a funny thing, Jarrett. In music, you, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that this falls on, but I can work on something all day and be struggling trying to work a new pattern out. I see everything in patterns. Everything is a pattern. It ain't got nothing to do with
Mm,
being a genius in music. It's got to do with, I see it in a pattern on my guitar.
mm,
I'm able to apply that pattern to sounds, and that's how I work my instrument. But it's one of those things where, like, man, I'll work on something all day, and be struggling with it. Lay down, go to sleep, get
mm-hmm.
up the next morning, pick my instrument up, and it'll be there, and it'll be under my fingers, and it'll meld into your hand. Your muscles will relax. The everything will come to rest, and then when you get back up, your hand is ready to fire again. Your brain's ready to catch back up, because you'll overwhelm yourself. For me, I'm one of these people that I get in a zone, and I'll feel like I have to go, 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 and then it wears you out. But sometimes the best medicine is to just stop, just put that thing down, go take a break, go sleep a night and leave it alone, and then get back up, and usually you'll do better than what you did when you put it back down. It's a muscle memory trick. That's all guitar playing and piano playing and bass playing. That's all it is.
So you
It's
know,
just
so you know the note when you start playing the guitar. You know, do you read notes? By the way, do you read notes or you know it by heart?
I don't know how to read like that. The amount of music that I know is just how to find my scales
Mm,
and where my chords are, where they are on the guitar.
mm.
But as far as like Sean can play a song I've never heard before, but all I need to do is figure out, where he's at, what key he's in. Once I know that, then the rest of it I know is underneath my fingers. uh, my ears know, my ears
So
know
you play so you listen by ear. You just when you
everything.
play you just hear by ear and you
Yeah,
know
like
okay.
if I want to learn a song, then I just sit and listen to it over and over and over again until it's in my brain, and then I start sitting down and trying to note it out on my instrument. That's how I go about
So when you do go live, do you know a song? I mean, do you know a song by heart before you actually go live? I mean, during the live stream, do you just play it immediately, or you just like do you just the audience say, I have a song for y'all. I mean, I have a music to play with y'all. Do you tell me before then, or you just play
it.
it?
No, no. Now, like if Sean has a song he wants to play, he just starts playing it, and then I find where he's at, and we go for it. Now, I obviously have songs in the bank that I can play anytime I want that I know by heart. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, about anything, if you wanted to pick up a guitar and start playing me some kind of chord run, then I can figure out where you're at right real quick. Most of the time, I can hear where you're at. But it's funny because I see it in patterns, man. I don't see it as a guitar neck. I see it as a guitar neck, but I see the pattern that I work, the patterns that I'm able to accomplish on my guitar. That's how I see the sound now. I don't necessarily see it as chord shapes or as chords. I see it as notes that I can play in between while you're doing what you do, because they all apply. If you know how to resolve, how to get back to home, then pretty much every note on that guitar is in play if you know how to use it properly. Um, I don't, but I try. I try.
What kind of advice you want to give to the people that want to start their YouTube channel or being a magician and learn from you from the start from the beginning stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would say first and foremost is start. Just go for it, and don't edit yourself to death, because I'm the kind of dude that will edit myself out of a good video.
Mm,
So my vote is just hit record, do the best you can, and put it up there. Now, if you're really a musician based and you want to be a musician channel, then I suggest doing the best job you can with your sound. Get your sound to where when people listen to your music, it sounds good. And I say that with any video that you do, but most importantly, with music stuff, you have to have it to where that when people hear it, it sounds good. And tune your instrument. Make sure your guitar's in tune, or make sure whatever it is you're playing's in tune. There's nothing more fundamentally annoying than to turn on a good song that somebody did, but they didn't take the time to tune their guitar. And it's like, for me, they can have a great song, but it's like, man, why didn't you just tune your instrument? Like you could have just tuned up here. So just make sure you're in tune, and make sure that your sound is as good as you know how to get it. It don't matter if it's professional. Just do it as good as you know how to do it. But yeah, to start, just get going. Just do something, and don't expect. That's another thing too. Don't put videos out expecting views. Don't do that to yourself. Just put them out. There'll be people watch it, but don't put it out thinking that this is going to be the million views that you're it's just put videos out that you're happy with, and it'll come. It'll come. Even if it don't, oh well. It's just a video.
So any young person, I say the young, I put it like, let's say like a 6 year old who want to learn how to pick up a guitar, a small guitar, like, and do you want to help them? You would help him or her to start off playing the the scale first before you get, you know, you want to give them like guitar lessons? Yeah.
No, no, I'm not interested in giving guitar lessons. Because I'm not a good teacher.
Okay.
I don't find myself as being a good teacher.
Mhm.
Maybe some folks would think that I am, but
Mhm.
I don't know how to break it down like a good teacher would know how to do it.
Okay.
I can show you, and I can be
Yeah.
like, hey, put your fingers here, here, and here, do this, this, and this. But a good teacher knows how to break that down and knows how to. I'm not a good teacher. I'm just not.
I remember I asked you this question when I was on your channel when you interviewed me,
Okay.
and when I told you about you want to start your second channel, I know when I said your channel just straight up it's exclusively about music. Do you think about making a second channel where it's like world news or some like other stuff besides music? So you have to music on one channel and then like current events on another channel. You want to do that, or you want to just put all everything on one channel?
I'm probably gonna, I do agree with the second channel deal. I do agree with having that. But no, I probably won't put much focus into a second channel per se yet. But on my channel, once I reach the point where that I can offer memberships and things of such, then I plan on having music that only my members will be able to get their hands on. So that will be the draw to being a member of my channel is a lot of my original work that I'm not putting out on YouTube as public will be available for my members. And there'll be other perks. I'm thinking that I will probably do like a once a month private concert for members only so that they can have a little behind the scenes with me and whoever my guest may be and just do like a once a month kind of couple hour jam with everybody, get together and talk with everybody and everybody hang out and do some kind of special stuff for the members and some kind of something. But that's kind of my intentions with creating change is to now build it to a point at which that it's a viable platform,
Mhm.
so that not only do people feel worthy of being a member, but there'll be perks to being a member, like the backstage kind of deal. Like, okay, once a month, then you're going to not just see me on this camera like the way I would in the show.
Right, right,
You're going
right.
to see me doing my thing in here, and we're going to have a jam, and we're going to bring something a little different. And then, like I say, Sean's a part of Guy and Sean, but he also has his own thing going. So we might bring them together at times,
Mhm.
and do things like that. But for my personal channel, my
Mhm.
personal growth, and that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, I
Mhm.
would say that my next goal is to, once I get to the status, and I'm not far, to be able to offer, memberships and things like that, then I want to start adding a bunch more songs for my members only, and I also want to start doing a once a month kind of jam for just my members and just kind of just appreciate them and maybe have some kind of special giveaway for my members, some kind of merch giveaway, because I will be getting some T-shirts and some different things made up.
Yeah,
Not on.
like this, like I'm trying mine already. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I told myself, I said, I'm not coming in 2025 with nothing. I got to wear my brand. So like I said, I told my sister-in-law, like, hey, are you thinking about? I said, can you give me like a couple shirts and a hat for to wear my brand. I know she made me up. So yeah, but I completely agree with you about the brand, your brand. I can see it in the future wearing your hat and shirt. And
That's awesome, man.
I might, you never know, guy. You never know. I might join your community when that happens.
That would be
So
awesome,
you
man.
never know.
Hey,
So,
you might just be an automatic member. You just never know.
uh, but yeah, as we co- I got 5 minutes before you get out of here.
Yep.
Do you have when you do go live in the same schedule that mine is? I mean, my schedule is at 10:15. So you go live at 10 o'clock. And
Actually,
I
we
know you
go
say,
live at 11 o'clock now. We
oh, you
changed
say
our
you say that.
hours.
Okay, so
Hmm
you don't go to the same hours that you do.
No, we go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We don't go Monday through Friday no more. We go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 to 1. Yeah.
Okay, so who so what made you decide to bring Shine on your channel? Did you talk to him to say, hey, you want to collab with me for
Right.
a
Well, we,
little
we
bit?
I heard an awful lot of talk in the community and surrounding communities
Mm-hmm.
about networking.
Yeah.
And what better way to prove that networking works than to say, hey, I met this dude through, going to each other's pages back in the day and just watching a video or two to, all right, we went to emailing each other. Then we went to FaceTiming one another. Now we have each other's phone numbers, and now we run a show together. And that is a perfect example of bringing two separate people together and making it one thing. Now I know that if I'd have wanted to, that I could take up as much time as I wanted all by myself, and I could play commercials and promos and songs and this and that. But I like having that bounce back. I like having that feedback, and I like having that second person. And I wanted to have someone to man, it's like this. I want to feel like not only that he's helping me, but I'm helping him. In whatever way that is. And he's part of the crew. We started this a long time ago behind the scenes, and until he decides that he's done, then he's part of the mix. And whether he ever decided that he was done with Guy and Shine, he would still be part of the mix because we won't part ways like that.
Mhm.
I understand that things happen and things go on. So if he had to go do something on his own or needed to move on, I get it. We'll never part ways as friends. But as of right now, as long as he wants to be part of Guy and Shine, then he is the other half of Guy and Shine. And that's the way that, I think it's a good example for people to see that, hey, man, you can take something and do like all out of the ordinary because, hey, man, like most people are trying to go it alone on this thing. Most people are not trying to look for somebody else to do something with. They want to do it all by themselves. Hey, that's cool, but good luck. That's cool, but good luck. It's hard, especially trying to do what me and Shine are trying to do. It's nice to have that feedback, that bounce back off of one another. So it helps, man. It
Did,
helps.
did Shine come later on your show, or they came immediately you came on your channel?
Oh, no, no, no. Shine came months after my channel.
Okay.
We didn't start really doing anything until right before Christmas, I would say. And
Mm-hmm.
then we hadn't really found a platform that worked as far as like StreamYard. And
Mm-hmm.
then I went on Big Jack's, and he showed me a little bit about StreamYard and was explaining some things to me and give me the confidence to go ahead and try it. So I started trying it, and I called Shine and was like, "Look, dude, I think I found the way for us to go forward with this thing. I think this is the way." So we started going for it. I started doing my lives on the 28th of January,
Mm-hmm.
and then Shine started with me about 3 days later. Of course, I had done lives before that,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as like the run where me and him was like, okay, let's start Guy and Shine, let's start doing this. Then long about the 30th of January, we started, and we didn't stop until just a couple weeks or about a week back. So And we ain't stopped. We just cut our hours back a little bit, just more feasible. But yeah, man.
Okay. With the last thing with both of y'all, the what's the what's the longest video? I mean, live stream have you done? And what the longest? I know y'all been going for a long time. I know y'all been going for 3 hours, 4 hours, forever. But what originally? What was the longest video?
I
I mean,
think it was 5 hours and 49 minutes.
what's the shortest one?
uh, mm,
Now the short don't count. I mean, I'm talking about the short. The short do not count. I'm talking about the live
Probably
frame and the
maybe like
video.
a half hour, maybe about a half hour, something like that, maybe.
Okay.
Not real short.
Okay. So do y'all have like a um what I'll put it what do you have like a pre routine before you go live, both of y'all, or y'all just talk, you just talk before, like
Man,
do you have do you have like I like I do for all my channel, all my guests, do you have like a 50-minute chat before you actually go live at the particular time at 10 o'clock or 11
not
o'clock? I'm sorry.
always. Not always. Sometimes, but not. I mean, like I say, man, we've been doing it so much here in this past little while that it we're kind of like old hats at it. Like, man, you just hit the button and go for it, man. Because it's like after you do it so many times, it's like it it just comes natural for me, man. I just start and just go for it.
But yeah, I'm glad. As we end this, I want first off thank you for coming on my channel.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
get the time to hang with me for an
Yeah,
hour and about 10 minutes.
yeah.
And I will look. I know I've been on your channel before. So, I mean, I'm always afraid when we come back on your channel. Or
Okay.
same vice versa on mine. So, do you have any final remarks or comments to my people before we leave out of here?
Oh, well, obviously, I'd like to say, thank you to you, Jarrett, for inviting me over and being a good, gracious host. And you did an outstanding job with your interview. I appreciate you having me here. Once again, my name is Guy. I have a small channel called Creating Change and run a show called Guy and Shine, 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with my buddy at Shine Dig. You can find him at his page, music and videos, just like at mine, but always good vibes. And, just appreciate you being an outstanding member of the community, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you're always welcome at my spot and that in my chat room, especially, there's always going to be good vibes or we just get rid of them. And, we just appreciate you being an outstanding member of the community and we're always going to be here to push you up, man. So
Uh,
thank you. Thank
I
you for
appreciate
having me.
I appreciate that. And also, when you mentioned about Big Jack
Yeah.
story time, I will have him April 5th, eight
Okay.
o'clock on Saturday night. So I want the music community to come over there. I want him. I'm gonna get done. I'm not gonna get done, dirty. I'm gonna get done into this conversation with this guy because I want
Okay.
to know the real deal with this.
Yeah.
So April 5th and 8 o'clock on Saturday night. So
All right.
let's look it up. But again, thanks for coming over.
You're welcome.
I'll see you when Monday. I'll
Yeah,
see
be back
you.
Monday, 11 o'clock, man.
Okay,
Eastern Standard Time.
check this out. I'm be live Monday morning
Okay.
on this channel. So you come over there and hang out with me for a while before you go
All
live
right.
and everything. So, but
All
yeah, I'm
right.
gonna drop you down and I'm going
All right, man.
and
Y'all have a good evening, man. I'm out, buddy.
all right,
Take care, man.
peace. All right, y'all, the big guy, the name guy that is. So that was good conversation to know him a little better and all that good stuff, and it was amazing. So I'm glad they have I'm having the I'm probably gonna have one a little bit uh back very soon, and I will definitely like I said I will have a big Jack story time on April 5th. I will also gonna have boogie time on the 10th because I actually moved the live from the 3rd to the 10th because my teacher's coming over at 5 o'clock. So I actually email her and tell her the interview will be moved to the 10th and same time. It's just I got look good. I got look good. So and that I would thank for the people come over my channel, get a chance to hang out with me and listen to me and stuff. Thanks to the word came in here and hop in a little bit, and I appreciate everybody come over. Tomorrow morning I will have Pastor Davis, Pastor Duran Davis, on my channel tomorrow at 10:15, and then after that we're gonna be on April. All right. So other than that, this is Jarrett Talks, and the voice of Jarrett Talks, interviews and everything. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10:15 on this channel with Pastor Duran Davis. All right. I want y'all to have a good night, and I'll see y'all bright and early, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time on this channel, and let the people know what to go down tomorrow on this channel. I will be back. I will be back on my main channel on Monday night. Okay, so I will be back on my main channel on Monday night. So I see y'all tomorrow morning, 10:15 on this channel. Bye, all right, peace.
In your sleep or maybe in the streets, you will never know, so you better be ready.
Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now. Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now. Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now. Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now.
What would you do, dog, if you got that knock at the door and it was God like?
In your sleep or maybe in the streets, you will never know, so you better be ready.
Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now. Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now. Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now. Are you ready? Y'all should be ready now.
What would you do, dog, if you got that knock at the door and it was God like?
In your